Randal Lee. He's the operations manager with Advanced Air. Randall's been with Advanced Air since 2012, and he comes to us today with over 20 years of construction experience. Advanced Air works with the installation and maintenance of HVAC systems. I believe they also do geothermal energy solutions. Is that correct? Awesome. So Randall's going to talk to us more about that today. If you have questions, we're going to have a spot at the end here for a little bit of Q&A. So if you can hold those questions until that time, that would be greatly appreciated. You also might be able to type them into the chat box and we can get to them at that time. So with that said, I'm going to hand it over to you, Randall. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Joshua and team. It's a pleasure to meet you and be with you guys this afternoon. As Josh said, I'm the controls guy at Advanced Air, the general manager, operations manager, has a few different job titles, wear a few different hats, but I've been in the construction industry for a little bit. Have about a 30-minute presentation I'm going to share with you guys here. Going to talk a little bit about who I am, going to talk a little bit about who Advanced Air is, what we do, going to talk a little bit about our career pathways, going to talk a little bit about what it means to, one, be looking for a job in the construction industry, the experience that is or is not required, but then also talking to you about professional development just in general. All right, so let's dive in, and then we'll have some time for questions at the end. I'm hoping everybody can see my screen here as we move along. Personally, I began my construction work at the age of 14 while I was still in middle school and then into high school. I worked for a friend's dad over some summers and then on weekends and afternoons and whatnot. I ended up founding my own photography business at the age of 18. So never forget about your side hustles and how those can help develop your professional skills as you grow as an individual and a professional. A lot of skills are transferable, whether it's photography or construction or accounting, whatever it is, there's a lot of disciplines that are transferable and can help make you more valuable as an individual. I was married at the ripe young age of 21, founded a masonry business at the age of 26 and was self-employed for a number of years. Became a father at age 29, and then I became a father again and again and again and again. So I've got 5 kids, but that started at 29. I began my college career at the age of 31. So I get a lot of things backwards, right? So I didn't go out of high school and into college. I went straight to the job site, straight to working. And it wasn't until after the economic decline in 2009, 2010 that I started going to college and ended up getting, and during that time, I also started working at Advanced Air part-time. And then I graduated with both an Associates of Arts and a business degree as well, a Bachelor of Arts in professional writing, so like contract writing, advertising copy, things like that, the really boring sorts of writing. Became the Advanced Air sales manager at the age of 37 and the general manager at the age of 39. So that's a little bit about me. And as we go through life, we learn more about what we value, right? So I value my experiences in life. I value my marriage. I value fatherhood. I value my education and the opportunities that I've had. I value my faith. And I value travel. So the experience I'm speaking of is 25 years, more than 25 years of construction trade experience. That's really valuable. And as you look back over your life and you start to gain some experience, never discount what that is and how you can help, that can help guide you into the different chapters of life. You know, life is a journey, and your professional experiences are a journey as well, and they build on each other. So don't forget that. I value my marriage. Been married for over 18 years, and we'll talk a little bit about what it takes to, be tenacious in life and stick with things when things are hard, right? Marriage isn't always easy. Holding the job down isn't always easy. But you know what? We got to find ways to work through the hard spots and learn from them and grow from them. So that's what I've learned about marriage, and I really appreciate that. Same can be said about fatherhood, right? Having children, we learn patience, we learn all those good virtues. and we value them. So these are personal values. I value my education. We put a lot of time into developing ourselves professionally and academically. So we value that. I'm a person of faith, and I value my faith, and I see how my faith has guided me through life and how it has helped me in life. One of those things is because of my faith, I've been able to travel through more than 25 countries. And that's another reason why I ended up choosing construction as my career, because construction in a lot of ways allows you a lot of flexibility. You're learning a skill that you can take with you anywhere in life, right? And not only can you take it anywhere in life, but you're learning things that everybody needs, right? So I've been to Haiti after the earthquake in 2010 and helped with some of those efforts. I've been through a number of Western and Southern African countries multiple times, and Mexico and Latin America. So I've had a lot of opportunities to travel with both my profession and because of some of the personal decisions that I've made in life. So as you move through life, you look at what you value, and those values will guide you, and your values define who you will become in life, right? So if you want to change your destiny, establish enduring values. Let's talk a little bit about Advanced Air. Advanced Air was established in 1994 by Scott Friesen and Scott Rosendahl. Scott Friesen came from the install side, the design side of the industry, and Scott Rosendahl came from the service side, so fixing stuff, right? So that's kind of a natural partnership that began in the culmination of Advanced Air. They worked with each other before that, but they started Advanced Air together in 1994 and have been in business since that time, serving the greater Southern Oregon area with intelligent heating and cooling solutions. We offer central air system design, engineering, installation, maintenance, and demand repair service 24/7. Our mission is to be Southern Oregon's preeminent provider of quality heating and cooling solutions, delivering reliable indoor comfort to local home and business owners, and demonstrating our ceaseless dedication to our clients' care through professionalism, responsiveness, and consistency. So that is our mission, and we have this mission as well as our vision and our values up on our walls. In fact, I'm looking out the window of my office here, and I can see our fabrication center, and these banners hang on our walls. And so all of our employees are reminded daily when they look up what our mission is, what our vision is, what our values are, etc. Our vision is to add value to our team through professional development, cultivating a service-centric business that generates profitable install work. So that's where we see ourselves. We know that we want to be an innovative company, a growing company, and we know that we can't grow collectively if we don't invest in individuals, right? So it's our mission at Advanced Air and our vision to invest in our team members individually in hopes that we can develop them. And as we develop individuals, we actually grow our business, right? And in growing our business, we cultivate a service-centric business. And from that position, we can do profitable work, right? We're in business to make money. A lot of people don't want to say that anymore. They want to say like warm, fuzzy things about why they're in business. But ultimately, we're in business to make money. And so that's what we want to do. We want to have a profitable business. Our values are craftsmanship, dependability, intelligence, trustworthiness, and reputability. We value craftsmanship, quality work through precision, proficiency, and creativity. We value dependability, reliable solutions, adept installation, and punctuality. We value intelligence, smart work with distinguished presentation. So not only do we work the part, but we also look the part, right? We show up on time, we come up with good ideas, and then we follow through, we deliver. That's what we do. We value trustworthiness, empowering our clients to make confident and informed decisions. We value our reputation, the award-winning service and acclaim that we have earned. In fact, just a couple of weeks ago, we were informed again that we were awarded, I think it was the best HVAC contractor in Southern Oregon by a local magazine. And so these are acknowledgments that we receive from the community, kind of affirming some of our efforts when we're in people's homes and doing people's work. And it's always, for us in our industry, it's always important to remember that people are inviting us, at least on the residential side, they're inviting us into their home. And that's why we talk about trustworthiness and dependability and some of that stuff. Is the home is a sacred place, right? And so if somebody's going to invite you into your home, you want to show them the respect of being on time and being clean and doing a good job and being somebody that they can refer to their friends as well. Our slogan is the intelligent choice, or the intelligent heating and cooling solutions. This came about because over the years, this is a highly competitive industry, and I'm always curious, and I ask customers, I say, hey, well, why did you choose Advanced Air? And time after time after time, the answer is Advanced Air offered me solutions that nobody else even thought of. And so that became our slogan, our tagline, intelligent heating and cooling solutions. Sometimes those solutions provide better comfort. Sometimes those solutions enhance efficiency. Sometimes those solutions save customers money. But it's us thinking outside of the box that got us the job. And so that became our tagline, intelligent heating and cooling solutions. Our craftsperson ethos is improve service, enhance product, and better equip, prepare, and position myself. This is what our people say to themselves, the disposition that they hold, better equip, prepare, and position myself and others for success. So when we embark on each day, we say, okay, how can I improve my service today? Or how can I enhance the product that I'm installing today? Or how can I better equip, prepare, and position myself and those around me for success today? So these are questions that people at Advanced Air ask themselves each day. Our team goal is to win loyalty through earned trust. So it's one thing to win the public's trust, but how can we win the public's trust if we don't first trust the people that we work with, right? So in order to win the public's trust, we got to trust those around us. We got to trust our colleagues to show up on Monday morning and Friday afternoon and be around when we need them. And so we have an accountability pledge at Advanced Air, a service promise to colleagues, supervisor, and clients. And that is, as an Advanced Air team member, I will win loyalty through earned trust, enthusiastically committing to Advanced Air's values, mission, and vision. I pledge, so my part, I'm doing my part, to consistently demonstrate honesty, accountability, and professionalism, my contribution toward reliable, team-oriented success. So on a wheel, there are many spokes, and those spokes hold the wheel together and keep it going in the right direction. And if one of those spokes comes off, things start to wobble, right? We don't want things to wobble, so we work together to succeed. I interview a lot of people looking for jobs, a lot of people like you guys who are interested in apprenticeships, and they have a lot of questions, and they ask, well, what kind of person are you looking to hire? Well, when I interview somebody and the questions that I'm asking are intended to elicit a response. And with that response, I'm trying to judge or measure, how well people's values align with our corporate values. We hire people who are enthusiastic about developing professionally. Inexperienced, don't worry about it. As a young person, sometimes we have a fear to seize opportunities because we feel like, well, maybe I don't know enough to ask for the job or to apply for the job, and there's a hesitation there. Look, we're not looking for people, we're not necessarily hiring people who have a great deal of experience. We have a fairly large company, Advanced Air. We have over 500 years of collective industry experience within our building. So no one person has to know everything. There's somebody here that knows what you're looking for, and they know how to help you. So it's a matter of learning, the questions to ask and who to ask and where to go for that training and those answers along the way. A couple of years ago, I was asked to give a talk similar to this, and during that process, I came across a meme. Maybe you guys have seen it on Instagram and some of the other social media networks, and it was this slide, and it said 10 qualities that require 0 talent. And that really stuck with me, and so I have those 10 qualities here, and I expanded on them a little bit. The first quality was attitude. The second was work ethic. The third, effort. Fourth, body language. Fifth, energy. Sixth, commitment. Seventh, passion. Eighth, coachability. Ninth, doing extra. And 10 or 9, I've lost count here, 10, being prepared. So the first one was attitude. Find the positive in every situation and cultivate the confidence to achieve. Right? That doesn't require a lot of experience. That doesn't require a lot of skill. It's something that anybody can do just by changing their mindset. And so find the positive in every situation. Find it, even if it's a challenging situation, understand that the positive thing is that we're learning when things are hard. So that's a good thing. And face it with confidence, and you will achieve. The second was work ethic. Have a principled and disciplined approach to work. Be focused. Next was effort. Try. A lot of people just give up. And that's a really frustrating thing to observe as a manager and as a mentor, when people fail to try or they just give up, right? You can learn a lot and you can go further just simply by trying. Failure is an opportunity to learn. Success can always be improved upon. So don't get discouraged. Keep trying. Your body language is a way that your attitude is telegraphed to all of those around you. So engage your body when you show up to work, as well as your mind, because that will be demonstrated through your actions and through your deportment and how you carry yourself, right? Doesn't take up a lot of talent, doesn't take a lot of experience, but it is noteworthy to those around you. Be energetic, be motivated and driven to conquer each day and every challenge. Don't be low energy. Don't just saunter around and be like, yeah, whenever, whatever. No, be energetic, be motivated, be focused, be driven to conquer each day and every opportunity. Be committed, determined to arrive on time and to see projects through to completion, right? Don't give up on a project halfway through the day or whatever. In fact, it's interesting to note, I've hired a couple of people, this was a couple of years ago, actually. It was 2 guys over the course of a few months. One of them showed up on the job and he got really frustrated and he left. He actually took an Uber home from the job site that day. Our guys go out together, and there was a couple of things. I talked to him a couple of days later and I said, listen, man, I don't think that you're going to make it here because your values don't align with our values and what we're looking for as an individual. He gave up. We're not looking for people that give up, but that are committed and that are focused. So see projects through to completion. Passion. Enjoy the responsibility that you have been given. Relish it. Grow in it. That's what passion is. That's the ominous question, interview question. What are you passionate about? Well, be passionate about the responsibilities that you are given because somebody is trusting you. And that is a high compliment. That is high praise. So relish it, grow in it, and more responsibility will be given to you. Be coachable, receive instruction, and follow direction. Do extra, go further, stay longer, exceed expectations, even at personal cost. As we'll talk about here in a few minutes, a lot of the advancement opportunities require guys to study for certifications on their own time. So those who put in that time on their own excel, but those that are unwilling to go further or stay longer or to exceed expectations or to challenge themselves, even though it costs them a little bit extra, they end up giving up. They end up falling short. Be prepared. Being prepared is all about respect. It's respecting your supervisors. It's respecting your colleagues. It's respecting the homeowners that you're going into their home to work for, or the general contractors if it's a commercial building. It's respecting others. Be prepared. Don't waste their time. Don't waste your employer's time or your client's time or your colleagues' time. Be prepared. Changing lanes here to the next point a little bit. I want to talk about career opportunities. The construction industry and HVAC specifically are global multi-trillion-dollar economies with lots of opportunities for career growth. Career opportunities include installation, metal fabrication, warehousing, service, refrigeration, administration, sales, management, bookkeeping, distribution, engineering, instruction, design, even business ownership. So there are a ton of different opportunities. So if you start out in installation, yeah, it's an entry-level job. Don't have this unrealistic expectation that you're going to start at the very top, but also come in with this expectation that the more you grow into this industry, the more opportunities you'll have, and the more branches in the road, as it were, that there are. So there's a ton of opportunities in construction and specifically in the HVAC industry. Career pathways, as I mentioned, typically start with installation. We have graduated levels. The first is the rookie. Level 2 is a pro. Level 3 is an all-star. Level 4 is a superstar. Level 5 is a legend. A legend is the guy, the man or the woman that people talk about long after they're gone. So, you know, like, remember Billy? Billy did all of this stuff for the business, you know, and his name seems to always linger in the business about what he has done and how he had an impact on the business, right? Those are legends. And so we're trying to promote and foster people to become legends in our industry. Each level, and I want to say that this tiered structure is true also on our service side. As you grow in these levels, there's more opportunities that present themselves to you. So once you start getting into level 3 and level 4, and certainly by level 5, you're getting opportunities, you're getting sales opportunities, you're getting management opportunities, you're getting lead opportunities. So there's other things that open up as you grow. Each level has a written job description, job environment disclosure, training checklist, a rubric outlining measurements for success, and a toolkit. Here's the rookie job description. I know it's small for you guys, but you'll be able to see at the top that you basically start at about $12 an hour to $14.50 an hour. And that's if you have no experience in construction. Typically, we can tell within a week to 90 days if you're going to make it in our industry, right? And we have 0 to 6 months on here from the time you launch your career that this step should be completed. Like I said, typically guys are exceeding it much quicker than that. And if you can't get beyond this level in our business, you're not going to stick around. You're not going to be here for level 2, because we can tell that you're not interested in it and that this isn't a good fit, right? And that's okay. The second level is the pro, and the pro is somebody who has worked in this industry for about 3 months to about 18 months. They're making between $14.50 and $17.50 an hour. You're starting to get more hands-on experience setting equipment. You're getting enrolled into the apprenticeship programs. You're beginning to get some certifications. So there's some growth here, and you're taking on a lot more responsibility. Level 3 is the all-star. After you've been working in our industry, in our business for about 2 to 4 years, you'll be making $17.50 to $23.50 an hour in today's dollars. We're seeing wages going up pretty significantly right now. So 2 or 4 years from now, $23 is probably going to be about $27 to $30. But anyways, in today's dollars, it's $17.50 to about $23.50 an hour. We're seeing advancement in your apprenticeship, and we follow the journey scale in terms of compensation if you're in the apprenticeship program. So what I mean by that is the apprenticeship programs survey all of the employers in the Valley, and they say, okay, what would you pay a guy per hour who journeys out, who completes their apprenticeship program? And all of the companies reply back to the apprenticeship, and they say, right now, they said, well, we would pay that guy $25.50 an hour when they journey out. And so then the apprenticeship programs, they throw out the high wage, they throw out the low wage, and they average the rest of them together. Currently, the journey rate is $25.50, meaning if you complete your HVAC or sheet metal apprenticeships, you will be paid $25.50 an hour, at least at Advanced Air. I guess some employers don't follow that scale, but we do at minimum. So then if you're in the progress of your apprenticeship program, you're paid a percentage of that journey scale. If you're at year 1, it's 20%, 40%, 60%, 80% until you graduate, right? So you move up in compensation. If you're not in the apprenticeship program, we don't follow the journey scale because you're not developing professionally as rapidly as we would like you to. Certainly there's still more opportunities, but if you're taking it at your own pace, we compensate accordingly to your development professionally. So that's level 3. Level 3, you're beginning to run your own jobs. You have a helper that you're now training. You've got a few years of experience. You're able to wire systems together. You're able to complete jobs on time and within budget. And you're a key person here in our company. At level 4, you're a superstar. You've been here about 5 to 8 years. You're making between $23.50 and $28 an hour, I think that says. You're getting some other opportunities. You're getting some sales opportunities. You've completed your apprenticeship program. You've completed several certifications, such as your brazing certification, your OSHA 10, maybe even your OSHA 30. You have your EPA certification, so you can handle refrigerant. You have a NATE certification, North American Technicians of Excellence. So there's some things that give you some bonification, as it were, that give you value as an individual and also give you some street cred, right, in our industry. The legend is making $28 to $35 an hour, sometimes even more than that, particularly if it's a prevailing wage job, which on occasion are $65, $70 an hour. But you're a person that has touched many parts of our business. Your impact has been felt, and you're heavily relied upon. And so that's what the legends are here at Advanced Air. We currently have about 45 employees, and there are probably, about 6 or 7 or 8 legends that we have here at our company. And we have a few that are well on their way to that as well. Our training checklist for each level looks similar to this, and we have our reviews, our assessments, and we check in with our guys and we say, okay, well, where are you at on your training? And this is how we see how your development is going. And this is one of the phases we look at for increasing compensation and promotion. The work environment, the disclosure to that looks like this, and it just says, hey, as an air conditioning contractor, we're up in hot attics. We're down in the crawl spaces of homes where there's spiders and mice and rats and all that gross stuff. Just want to give you a heads up on that. We talk about working on ladders and from elevated positions. So if you're afraid of spiders, if you're afraid of heights, if you're afraid of mice, HVAC might not be for you, right? something to think about. But we disclose that up front. Metrics for success. We have 3 different parts here. We look at our training checklist. We look at our performance indicators, how well you're achieving your essential job functions, and then your soft skills. And that is how well you align to our values, our mission, how well you're communicating with your supervisor and your colleagues, etc. And we scale you on these things. And as you're scaled, if you get an 8 or 10, an 8 or greater, it's on a scale of 1 to 10. If you get an 8 to 10 on each of these, then you will be promoted. Our toolkit looks like this. Each of our guys has about a $1,200 or $1,300 toolkit that they use, which is pretty amazing, which is pretty fun. A lot of businesses don't offer that. We offer our guys a toolkit when they come on. This is what our evaluation looks like, and we do a self-evaluation. And what I do is I sit down with our guys and I hand them this and I say, all right, grade yourself. Tell me how well you think you're doing. And then after they provide some feedback and some introspection, then I give them some feedback and I say, well, this is what your supervisor says, and this is what your colleagues say, and you're doing a great job in these areas, and we'd like to see improvement in these other areas. The second page of this evaluation is a short answer thing and short answer questions, and it just asks our employees, where do you see yourself in the business? Where do you see yourself going in the business? How can we help you succeed? Questions like that. Our career training is 100% reimbursed by Advanced Air. So Advanced Air pays 100% of the training costs. That assumes that you are passing and that you're staying current on your training and on your curriculum. So Advanced Air pays 100% of the apprenticeship programs, 100% of the certification programs, and so it's a value of many thousands of dollars, especially over several years of a career. So that's a huge benefit. Our training includes sheet metal and HVAC apprenticeships, OSHA training, NATE training, EPA training, ACA training, factory training like brand training. You think of like Bryant or Lennox or Trane or these different manufacturers. They offer training. And then we also provide sales and administration management training as well. So when you complete your apprenticeship program, you get a journey card. If you turn out of the OSHA trainings, you get an OSHA 10 or an OSHA 30. That means you have 10 hours of safety training or 30 hours of OSHA safety training. When you are in the NATE program, you have a core and then some specialty certifications that says, hey, I know how to install a furnace or an air conditioner, etc. Your EPA certification training provides refrigeration handling, and then brazing is through ACA. And then our other trainings include design, where you're actually calculating like sizing and airflow, velocity, some of those things. The science behind air conditioning is part of that. ACA provides that training, and then also the professional development training. Let's talk a little bit about building your resume. How many of you guys have submitted your first resume? Well, the point of a resume is to briefly convey why your potential employer needs you, right? Employees are hired to satisfy needs. If there isn't a need in the workspace or in the marketplace, then we're not going to hire, right? But if there is a need or if there's a void, then we do hire. So what I'm saying by that is your contribution satisfies a need. So as you are a job candidate, communicate to your potential employer why they need you and why you're going to satisfy that need. Because if you can't articulate why they need you, they probably don't. And if they don't need you, they're not going to employ you. Build your resume. Opportunities are earned by those who demonstrate that they can overcome challenges and successfully accomplish tasks, right? If you can't overcome challenges, or if you can't demonstrate that you can successfully accomplish tasks, you're not satisfying the needs in the marketplace or the needs in the business. So opportunities are earned by those who demonstrate that they can overcome challenges and successfully accomplish tasks. So you're not just going to give up, right? You're going to keep trying, or you're going to look in a manual, or you're going to, you're going to Google it, or you're going to YouTube it, right? So you're going to find out how to finish the job. If you are incapable of delivering results, you are not needed and therefore expendable. So become irreplaceable in the marketplace. If you become irreplaceable, that means that the company needs you, and the company will build around you, or form around you, and shape around you. So become irreplaceable and demonstrate that on your resume. Successful business people constantly demonstrate that they are an essential part of their organization's operations and growth. On your resume, clearly state your name, your contact info. There have been a number of times where I've received resumes without a phone number, or without an email address, or honestly, even without a name. So those are really critical pieces, and make sure that you include those in your resume. Articulate what your strengths are, what your qualifications are, what your experiences are. Provide a few references. Craft a cover letter that articulates why your skills, qualifications, and experience match you to the job. Even if you don't have a lot of experience, maybe you've volunteered on a mission trip, or maybe you've worked for a friend's dad, or maybe you're an intern. That's great experience. Even if it was for a week or a weekend, make sure you include that in your resume. It'll help tell your story and express why you are matched to the job. Start your journey. Your first job is a stepping stone. It's not a lifelong, in a lifelong professional journey. I know that sometimes we want to see the end before we even start, right? That's not always practical. Take the first step. And it isn't until you take that first step that sometimes the following steps become evident, and then more steps become evident beyond that. So take the first step, and more steps will follow. And don't put all of this pressure on yourself that the first job, I'm going to be an HVAC installer, right? That's going to be the rest of your life. It's not. It's merely the first stone in your journey, the first step in your journey of lifelong professional development. Stay focused. Don't quit when things get hard. Learning and growth occurs when you are challenged. Grit. Grit is what we're looking for. Firmness of mind and character, indomitable spirit, unyielding courage in the face of hardship or danger, tenacity, audacity, resilience. So we're talking about like boldness, and even elasticity. So when things get hard, you can absorb it, and you can shift, and you can respond. So you stick with it. You're bold, you're courageous, but you're also pliable and flexible. Stay focused. The key isn't talent. It is grit, perseverance, and commitment to lifelong goals. Elasticity is when faced with challenges and adversity, you can reshape, bring passion, creatively work through or around over obstacles while learning from the experience. I came across a quote several years ago, and it was Alvin Toffler, and he was a futurist, right, and an academic. And he wrote the new education. He was paraphrasing some others' work. in his book here, Future Shock, but he said, the new education must teach the individual how to classify and reclassify information, how to evaluate its veracity, how to change categories when necessary, how to move form, the concrete to the abstract and back, how to look at problems from a new direction, how to teach himself. Tomorrow's illiterate will not be the man or the woman who can't read. It will be the man or the woman who has not learned how to learn. So we're going through this revolution in the marketplace where, and even in professional development, where we're not hiring people who have all of these skills, but we're hiring people that can learn and can adapt and can change with the times. So it's a really interesting thing, because in construction, there are a lot of people that have 30 or 40 years of experience, but they weren't raised and trained in the electronic age. So there are a lot of kids coming out of high school who have a totally different set of skills than some of these people in our industry have. And what it is it's opening up a lot of opportunities for young people to even leapfrog over some of these other individuals who never adopted to technology, to computers and to networking and things of that nature. So be flexible. Tomorrow's illiterate will not be the man who can't read, but rather the man who cannot learn. So remember that. Almost done here. Keeping a job, an internship, or a commitment for more than a year tells your supervisor or a recruiter a lot about who you are. So stick with it. Be committed. Don't hop from one job to the next every 2 or 3 or 4 months. It looks really bad on a resume. Stick with it for a year and then look for that next stepping stone, whether it's in the company or outside of the company. Hopefully in the company. Employers love to see, or recruiters, they love to see a resume where somebody advanced in a company and they grew in a company and with a company. And what that tells somebody is that, hey, I'm looking at a resume here and this person learned to adapt to different job roles, to different responsibilities, to different skill sets. And it says a lot about who you are. Remember what I said about being a husband and about being a father, about being a student? There's a lot of difficult things that come with that. But you know what? We stick with it day in and day out. And it tells the people around us a lot about who we are, that we're committed to them and we are committed to success. Stay focused. Don't job hop. Have a valid reason for changing jobs. You will be recognized for an enthusiastic attitude, reliable attendance, and exceptional work. A lot of times we want to have the prize without the work. And we say, well, why would I put all this effort in if it's not going to be recognized? Listen, I assure you, it will be recognized. Your enthusiastic attitude, your reliable attendance, and exceptional work will stand head and shoulders around all of those around you. Keep up the good work. Stay focused. My name is Randall. I can be reached at the phone number below, 541-772-6866, or via email at randall@myadvancedair.com. I'm happy to talk to you guys individually if you need a little help or mentorship. The construction industry has been really good to me. I've had a lot of fun in this endeavor, in this journey. I've learned a lot. The construction has been really good to me and to my family. There's a ton of opportunity out there, and I would encourage you to explore some of those opportunities. I'm going to throw it back to Joshua here and the group and see if there are any questions. All right.
Awesome presentation, Randall. Appreciate it. It sounds like there's a heavy investment on employee support and advancement over at Advanced Air, and that's great to see. One of the things that stood out to me is you were talking about overcoming challenges, and the great thing about challenges is that everyone has one. They're not always pretty, but for people trying to overcome challenges, sometimes we talk about second chance employers. Where is Advanced Air on that? And if you don't mind opening up on that.
Yeah, great question. You know, we all have a story, right? And we all make mistakes. And sometimes those mistakes come with criminal indictments and things of that nature. And certainly we acknowledge that and we look at that at Advanced Air, but we do extend grace to a lot of people and know that there's a place for them. There's an opportunity for a second chance and even a third chance on occasion. That being said, it is important for young people to understand that the decisions they make, the personal decisions that they make, can affect their professional trajectory. And what I mean by that is, for example, we've had guys here who have applied or have been employed by us and have gotten DUIs, right? And in our industry, driving is required. It's a prerequisite in a lot of cases. And it's very difficult for us to get those drivers insured or drivers insured who have DUIs on their record. Similarly, it can be difficult for guys who have criminal backgrounds to get onto public projects such as schools and things of that nature. So some of the decisions that we make can impact us professionally, and it can limit some of our opportunities. That being said, I mean, we try to reassign guys where we can. We try to create opportunities where we can, and we certainly do, like I said, extend grace to those who have had challenges and are trying to trying to move beyond those, right? And hey, we all need redemption, and we try to extend that grace at Advanced Air as well.
Thank you. Gene, I know that your microphone isn't working. If there's any questions from any of your students, if you want to type those into the chat box, Randall can cover those as well. Or if not, let us know either way and we can move forward that way. He might not be sitting at his desk there, readily accessible, but we'll give him just a minute here and see if there's any more questions. And if not, Randall, we'll let you get back to work. We really appreciate your time. Exciting presentation, by the way. It's very clear that you guys want to advance your employees, and it sounds like anyone with a hunger and a desire to improve themselves that's willing to put in the work has an opportunity at Advanced Air, and that's great to see.
Absolutely. For any of the students that are interested in connecting, like I said, reach out via email. That's a great way to get me. Sometimes the phone is a bit challenging. My day can be kind of wild sometimes. So email is always good because it's a chance when I come back to my desk and can look through and respond in writing. Randall at myadvancedair.com. That's Randall with one L at myadvancedair.com. I'm happy to meet with anybody in person. If they want to come by our shop, I can give them the tour. We are on Vilas Road in Central Point, kind of close to the airport there at the north end of the airport. And I can express perhaps a little, I can show you a little closer some of the things that we offer, some of the things that we do, some of the things that the apprenticeship programs are looking for. I would encourage you also to, so give me a call if you want to follow up that way. I'd also encourage you guys to look at the RCC website. They have a link there, a page there. I'm trying to think. Along the ribbon, the header on their website, I think there's a link to their apprenticeships, and you can click that. It might be on a drop-down menu. And there are several apprenticeships facilitated by RCC. Some of them are in the White City campus, which actually isn't far from our shop, but you can begin your journey by looking at those two, at the apprenticeship programs. HVAC and sheet metal are specific to our industry. There are several others, such as electrical and plumbing, welding. There are several others as well. But take a look at that. Some of those apprenticeship programs are very difficult to get into, in such that there's a waiting list. Sometimes the waiting list can be, multiple years in terms of getting into them. It's a good idea to find an employer in the industry before you align with an apprenticeship, because we can help you get into the apprenticeship program. We can advocate for you and sometimes help influence some of the administrators in terms of who gets in and whatnot. So consider that. Typically, the apprenticeships open for enrollment in the spring. So usually in March, so that's only, it's in about a week. Usually in the middle of March, they start posting some updates RCC does regarding their apprenticeship programs. Look into that, because they open for enrollment and then they close, it seems like around June or maybe even in April. I can't remember. Between April and June, I think they close enrollment. And you're going to want to make sure that you have all of the documentation necessary to apply for the apprenticeship program. So if you wait until the last couple of days, you're going to have a hard time getting your paperwork in, particularly if you need to demonstrate that you have college level math or whatever. So keep that in mind. Great resources out there, though.
All right. Well, I don't see any more questions, Randall. I appreciate your time today. We thank you so much for spending your valuable time and sharing with us a lot of great information, even for those who aren't looking to get into construction. These are just great things to have information on when we're entering the workforce. So thank you again. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate your time.
Take care.